2, that's where we're at. The next one will be over here. So let's go to solution 13. So like I said, I don't really know what I did for the solution, so let's find out. Okay, so I'm giving you a real simple solution, right, or more of a basic understanding of what's happening. So this is the rectangle, and then this is a triangle that's attached to it. We don't know what x is. Get rid of this. We don't know what that is. We got to solve for x. We know the area is 500. So we're going to add this triangle and this rectangle with the x unknown. So solve for the area. We got tangent. So the first thing you do is go 110 minus 90, and you end up with positive 20. If it was going this way, it'd be a negative because it would be subtracted from the triangle, but here we're adding it to the triangle, so it's positive, right? So we end up with tangent of 20 times x is equal to y. So y over x, the tangent of 20 is equal to y over x. 20 is equal to y over x. And we're going to solve for y, so x goes to the top. So tangent of 20 times x is equal to y. So we replace that with the tangent of 20 times x. Then we rearrange it a little bit to get the area of this. We end up with 1/2 times tangent of 20x. Tangent of 20x times x will be the area of that triangle. So there is the first bit of our problem. So the area of this one is 1/2 of 20, 1/2 of tangent of 20 times x squared. And then that's an x, and that's one of the polynomials that we're going to end up with. And then we end up with 20x is the area of this rectangle, our square. That's real simple too, right? So that's the area of this one. And then we're going to add those two areas together, and they're going to equals 500. So 1/2 of tangent of 20 times x squared plus 20x is equal to 500. Straight out, no problem. So let's do the 1/2 of tangent of 20. We end up with 0.182, and it's positive. And then that's the x squared. And then the 20x doesn't change at all. And then the equal 500 changes to minus 500 because it's on this side. We're going to end up with a trinomial that equals 0. So we move the 500 to this side, it becomes a negative 500. And then that's our A, that's our B, and that's our C. So TA, TB, and C. And we're just going to plug those into the ABC values into the quadratic equation. And I'm just going to do it. I did it already, and I know it works, but I'm going to show you kind of this. So we're going to go calculator, tools calculator, and we end up with negative B, so negative 20 plus. Oh, actually, this is going to be all on top of the fraction. So negative 20 plus square root, open parenthesis, 20 squared. All right, 20 is B, 20 squared, minus, open parentheses, 4 times A, 0.182 times C, which is negative 500. We're going to close that parenthesis, close the parenthesis for the square root, close the parenthesis for the top. I'm going to divide it by, open parenthesis, 2 times C, and 2 times A, which is 0.182, close parenthesis, copy that, Control C, and Control V equals, we end up with 20.9905, Control C. That's exactly what we're looking for, right? And it takes a lot of practice getting the parentheses and the formulas and stuff in the right place. So let's check it, and then we'll know we did it right. 20.99, and we're right on the nut. You open that up, Control A, Control I, change the tolerance a little bit. See, it's to the thousandths place, yeah, but it's a 0 after that. Yeah. So that's exactly how it works, and there's no guesswork. All right, and then I don't think just shows you a little bit more of what's happening, right? This one's getting added. If you had another one here, it would be -2 because it'd be getting subtracted from that green triangle. Then you would just add those, all three of those together, and then since these are both x squareds and x squared for the areas there, they would just get combined. And let's see, we got some time. Let's hit this problem. Oh, you know what's funny is I might end up making 2 videos out of this. This is going to be pretty long. Let's just go ahead and take a look, see what I got. So this one is, so it looks like we have the 95 already here. Actually, that's odd that it would be so low in tolerance, but it's already down to this. So I did this so that it would be even numbers, just so when we grind out the equations, it'd be faster. So that was the problem. So this one would be added to the rectangle. Right, and the bottom one would be subtracted. Right, it would be taken out of that rectangle. This one would go on top. Maybe that's what that was about. So from the westerly line, calculate the parallel offset distance. So this is chugging out every step, solve for the total area of the given coordinates, and that's 1600. I thought I gave maybe it's in the next video. Okay, so here I did the shoelace method on this one, so I'm going to leave that alone. That goes to this one. So very, very efficient way to get the quadratic equation in Excel using coordinates. So let's see where I was headed in this direction with this one. All right, so solving for the distance. So that's not really part of this problem. Let's just say we're looking for 800 and we already calculated it at 1600. Area triangle. Okay, so 1/2 of b times h, and then 1/2 of tangent of 5 times x squared. I'm not sure, I was showing a different way to get all this stuff, kind of maybe it would be easier to see how it was coming together for the a, b, and c. There's your x squared, there's your x, and then there's your other x. So this is triangle 1, triangle 2, and showing that you can combine these. And then there's your 30.23 times x is the overall rectangle. That rectangle there. How about add the areas? So I'm just going to give you a screenshot of that. It looks like, let me stay here for the time. Add the areas. So let's zoom in on this. I hate to go away from the drawing too, but so the first triangle is 1/2 of b times h times a. We're going to replace the y, right, which is the h factor there. 1/2 of, so the tangent of 5, 1/2 of y1 times x. That's not right. 1/2 of y. Oh yeah, 1/2 y1, but we don't know what y1 is. So we substitute it. Substitute y1. Oh yeah, so it's just kind of skipping that step. 1/2 of tangent of 5 times x, which is y1. That's why it's blue, times x. Anyways, that's our square factor. Squared number. Then you can take this one as a positive, this one's a negative, add those two together, right? And you end up with positive 0.43 minus 0.017. And that's your x squared, right? And this one stays the same, and then equals 800. And then if you're going to make it equal 0 by bringing the 800 over to this side. And then I did the same thing here, so let's just grind that out again. I'd like to make sure you understand that that thing really works. Let's go to the tools and calculator, and we have our a, b, and c. So we're going to type in open parentheses, because this is the top of the fraction parentheses, is 2b, so negative 30.23, all right, plus square root open parentheses, 30.23 squared minus, open parenthesis, I missed a square, didn't I? Square, open parenthesis, it's not what I was looking for, 2 minus, open parenthesis, 4 times A, which is 0.0263 times C, which is negative 800, and close that small frac for AC, then close it again for square root, then close it again for the top of the equation, divided by, open parentheses, 2 times A, 0.263, close parentheses, and we should end up with X, our unknown. Doesn't sound right. It seems awfully small. Control V. Let's see what I did wrong. 30.23 plus square root of 30.23 squared minus 4A times C divided by 2A. That's why. 0.0263. That should be better. Typo. Control V equals. Just take that and paste it down here. Control C to see if it matches up with what we had. Control V, enter, and 25.881. Okay, so that worked out good. And that's the parallel offset distance right here. So 25.881. And let's check that. Hit the plane. Enter, and then see that's in red. That should be the triangle that we're, the rectangle, the polygon that we're looking for, and we got 800 exactly. All right, and it's exact. I mean, let's say if you went down here and you moved it way down, so do a circle, go out 1/8 of an inch, 0.010, let's go 0.01. 0.0, let's do less than a 1, 0.005, like a 1/16 of an inch. And move this to there, 4. And you'll see it changes the area quite a bit by moving it 1/1000th of a foot. So that's the nice thing about this. This is just super accurate, no guesswork. The reason why I tried to do this on AutoCAD, I couldn't figure out a way to do it. After some scratching my head, and finally realized that this was ending up as a quadratic, and plugged it into the formula and it worked. So we got 14 minutes. That's a little long. So I think the next one, what I'll do, well, actually, I'm going to spend a little less time on some of it. We could have put the quadratic into Excel. So somewhere along the line, I'm going to do it. That's a pretty long video, so I'm going to close up the video now and see you on video 14.